evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Kuwait pilot stream. It is 1700 hours Zulu, 2000 hours local time here in Kuwait City, Kuwait. Want to welcome all of you guys in chat here. We have today with us Rand Kohli, welcome aboard. Sean Hamid, welcome aboard. Schwan, sorry. Drishal Mak, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Finally, I hope you did well on your exams. Carl Childers, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Long time no see. Sarik, welcome aboard. Thomas 13, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. Hello, Stan. Welcome aboard, Stan. Saad El Hanadi, welcome aboard, my friend. How are you doing? Frank James, and we have also Nob Muhammad Anani, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. Nate Cessna Simulator, welcome aboard. Flybride Thomas, and we have also Fogon Williams, welcome aboard. Thank you very much, guys, for being here this evening. And today we are going to be taking one of my favorite aircraft for X-Plane 12, the no other than the AirfoilLabs King Air 350, a study level simulation of the King Air, and by far the very best rendition of the King Air 350 for flight simulation is that by AirfoilLabs. AirfoilLabs has really not developed that many add-ons for flight simulation. They have, I think, 3 aircraft in total today. The Cessna, the AirfoilLabs Cessna 172, the King Air, and they have 1 aircraft developed for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, which was not a very successful aircraft. They are, however, working on a 737 MAX for X-Plane, which, of course, calls for excitement. So, back in the cockpit here, again, I love the cockpit. I love what they've done with this aircraft. Everything is done to perfection. All the switch and the knobs work except for the circuit breakers, but everything else has been developed exactly like the real aircraft. And we're going to be taking it today for a flight from Cardiff to Doncaster, Sheffield, in the beautiful United Kingdom. Also today, we are going to be using ORBX scenery, ORBX TrueEarth, throughout the flight, covering the entire region we're flying over today. And as a quick reminder for all of you guys, the sponsor of this stream is my good friends over at Navigraph. Navigraph Charts is by far the very best tool available for flights sim enthusiasts out there. If you do not have Navigraph Charts, I highly recommend that you check the description of the stream, click on the promo link, and avail the 1 free month subscription to Navigraph, courtesy of my friends. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a quick look here over at Navigraph Charts. We are currently at Cardiff, and we're departing today at runway 30 through the Bravo Charlie November 1 Alpha departure. We're going to be cruising at, I believe, 21,000 feet, arriving into Doncaster, Sheffield, runway 20 through the Rexa 1 Delta, 22,000. All right, so 24, 22, 22 is fine. The King Air is, by the way, capable of, I believe, the service ceiling is 35,000 feet. So it is a pressurized aircraft, and everything is simulated in this rendition of the aircraft by AirfoilLabs. So, Navigraph is actually great. Yes, it is. We don't have Alex yet. He'll be here. All right. So this is our flight. Now, one of the nice things in this King Air is that it has been developed by AirfoilLabs to accommodate both the serious flight simmer and those who are just beginning to learn the ropes of flying this aircraft, or learning the ropes of flying, generally speaking, in a flight sim. And so it is equipped with a checklist that will take care of everything for you. Or you can go into detail, into a very, very detailed checklist. As you can see here, you have the pre-flight inspection, the engine start, and this is, again, each one of these is a very long, you see, pre-flight inspection, 8 pages of pre-flight inspections. The other nice thing about this aircraft, for those of you who do not know, the King Air 350 is all the static elements. You can actually perform a full walk around. You can open the engine covers and take a look at the engine. Maybe we'll just do that for fun. Real quick here, you can click here and open. You can see the beautiful graphics there. Again, they've done a really, really good job to render an actual engine for you guys to see. So yeah, very, very detailed aircraft altogether. So let's see, how do we close this now? I think, oops, not exactly what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and close this cover here. Let's see. I think you can close it from the... let me see here. Why is it not closing? All right, let's try to close it from within the... let's see here if this works. Yeah, that works. Okay, perfect. So you can also remove the static elements. You can perform the walk around, or you can actually come here to the menu. Again, very nicely done in terms of the menu, non-invasive. You just hover your mouse and it pops, and you can click here to remove all the static elements. So we're going to assume that we have done the walk around and the aircraft is in tip-top shape. You can also bring in the GPU, and you can see the GPU there, and it connects to the aircraft, and you can supply external power. We don't need it today. And you can also bring in the fuel truck. And simulating this is also pretty cool because you can click on the wing, and now you can actually use the fuel truck to fuel the aircraft by clicking on the fuel handle. The aircraft is full right now, so there's no more, we cannot pump more fuel into the aircraft. But everything is very well thought of. Everything's very well developed to recreate a very authentic experience of the Beechcraft King Air for X-Plane 12. We have with us Captain Lee. Welcome aboard. I have Aspen scenery coming soon for XP as well. Want a copy? Absolutely, for sure. If you don't know, guys, Captain Lee is a scenery developer. Goal, welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us. Hi, Flybright, welcome aboard. The latest update version of the King 350, really nice. Only had a problem with it. Sometimes a phantom auto throttle takes over. I haven't had that issue, but we'll see if it happens today. All right, so let's hop into the cockpit, and we're going to begin with the preparation. First, we're going to remove the control lock here on the yoke. I've had some issues with the yoke, which I managed to fix for in time for this flight. All right, so we're going to check everything here. We're going to make sure that the EFIS switches are in the off position. Pitch trim and rudder boost are in the off position. The condition levers are in the idle cutoff. Props are actually in the feather position. We need to put them full forward, so let's go ahead and do that now. And the power levers are in the idle position. Okay, everything else here, all the switches here are in the off position. Quick scan here, everything here is in the off position. Everything looks good, and we can go ahead and turn on the battery. So we're going to open the cover, and we're going to turn on the battery switch on. Okay, and we're going to go here to the overhead panel. And we're just going to make sure that we have more than 24 volts on the battery, which we do. So we are good here. We're going to cancel the master caution. And next, we're going to begin preparing for our flight. So the first thing we're going to do is set the pressure. So the flow for the King Air is starting with the pedestal here, moving up this way, and then moving up here, this way, here, and then the overhead panel. So let's go ahead and set the pressure. And the cabin altitude is 22,000 feet. So we're going to set that here, 22,000. And when you're doing this, you're looking at the inner circle. So you're looking at this inner circle to set the cabin altitude. Andre M., good evening to you, my friend. Hello, Milos, welcome aboard. I have a question. In your experience, is CPU, GPU, or maybe RAM more important than in X-Plane 12? X-Plane 12, it remains to be CPU bound, so CPU still is the determinant factor for, there are more things that requires the GPU. I have explained this very, very in detail in a video, X-Plane 12 settings, the guide to X-Plane 12 settings. You can check it out. It will probably be helpful for you. Okay, so we'll leave the EFA switches now. We're going to test the cockpit voice recorder. Doesn't seem like it does anything here, but everything here is good. All the switches here are in the off position, and we're going to turn on the standby pumps to the on position for engine start. And everything else here looks good. Everything here looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and test the cabin warning. Cabin warning. All right, that checks okay. And the annunciators here checking all the lights. All the lights check okay as well. And we are now ready. So let's go ahead and turn on the beacon lights. And we can go ahead and begin that. For the start, we are going to begin with the right engine. And once we are, let's actually go ahead and do this. It's easier to do it this way. Let's go ahead and do start. And we're going to wait for about 20%. All right, 20%, and the fuel goes to low idle. And once we reach 50% turbine, we can turn off the ignition start. Check out those sounds. How about that? All right, now we can put this on high idle, and we're gonna need to, we're gonna need this to be on high idle for the engine start. But first, let's check here. We're gonna put this on, before we do that, let's come here and set up the right generator. Right generator is on. And now we can come here and check. We need this to be a little below 40 as the battery seems to be charging right now. So we'll leave that. We'll leave it on high idle for the start of the second of the right end of the left engine. Beg your pardon. The sounds are exceptional. Yes. Yeah, Carl can. It's pretty good. All right. If Carl says it's good, then it's probably good. Because Carl is he's, I think you're type rated on the King Air, Carl, aren't you? All right, so generator here is set. We're gonna come and start the second engine. So left engine, ignition start. And you'll see again how the turbine drops here, 20%, high idle. There you go, listen to those sounds. All right, and we'll wait for 50% on the turbines. There we go. We can turn this off. ITT is in normal range. And we're going to go to high idle. And let's check our power here. Left generator, right generator, and the battery. All right, so everything looks good here. We're gonna give it some time, and then if the sim sounds are too loud, guys, please do let me know. Drishal, well, that 19 months have flown by. Wow. Thank you very much, Drishal, for your support. I appreciate it. Flobo says, hi, Q8. What add-ons are you using at the moment? I'm using the King Air and ORBX TrueEarth. That's pretty much it. Okay. So turbine, we can, I think, bring this to low idle. And we can bring this to low idle now. There we go. Are the sim sounds okay for you guys? The aircraft sounds are great. Yes, they are. King Air 350 is really beautiful aircraft, even in real life. Yes, it is. Okay, next up, we're going to do the left generator, and we're going to reset the right generator again. And everything here should now be in tip-top shape. Let's take a quick look. All right, all is good here. All right, next up, we are going to turn on the inverters. Inverters are on. And let's see, avionics power is on. And you'll see the display coming up here shortly. Let's go ahead and turn on our EFIS. Why haven't we gotten the display there? Oh, there we go. Right, EFIS switches are on. Turn on the transponder. All right, we'll leave the bleed air for the time being. The weather is quite nice, and our passengers are well dressed, so we'll leave it for now. Okay, we'll come here and arm the auto feather and the oxygen on both sides. All right, and now we can start setting up our flight plan. All right, now I'll put this in, I'll pop this out so you guys can follow along. We're going to go to flight plan. We are currently at, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. There, that's much better. So you guys can take a look at what I'm doing. Okay, perfect. All right, so we are at Echo Golf Foxtrot Foxtrot, which is there. We're gonna go to, let's see here. So there. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and select the approach, the procedures. So we're gonna select the departure. Select the departure. We are gonna take the Bravo Charlie November 1 Alpha, which is this first one here, and load. And that automatically puts in the runway 30, and the end, which is the transition here, Bravo Charlie November. And then we're gonna we cannot input airways in the in the 530 device. So we're gonna choose the exit. Okay, so we're gonna take DISM. So let's do that. DISM. Let's see here. DISM. See, those sounds are just phenomenal. All right, DISM UK, enter that, accept. And then from DISM, there is another airway which we cannot enter. So we are going to pick the exit, which is Wrexham. So, Wrexham, let's do that. RE, all right, let's go to the next one. RE, next one. All right, Wrexham, and then Alpha, and then Mike. All right, there we go. Enter and accept. Perfect. And finally, it's the procedure for the arrival. So it is going to be Echo Golf Charlie November. So let's go ahead and enter our destination. Echo Golf Charlie November. Enter that, accept, and now we can select the arrival. So procedure, we're going to select the arrival, and the arrival is through the Rexa 1 Delta, which is this one right here. Enter that, load, and then we're going to select procedure again, and we're going to select the approach. And the approach is the ILS 20. ILS 20. Vectors, we'll select vectors. All right, load that. All right, so we are good now. This is this is our departure, runway 30, and all is looking good here in terms of the flight plan. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove this out of the way, and the final cruise altitude today is going to be 22,000 feet. Now, for the King Air, if you want to go by hundreds, you need to push this. So now it's there, 20 and 22,000 feet. There we go, 22,000 is set. Okay, let's get our altimeter and take a quick look here at the weather. The weather is 290, 10 knot wind, few at 2,600 feet. Temperature is 7, and the QNH is 1026. All right, 1026 is, what is that in millibars? Okay, 30, 30, 30. All right, 30, 30, and let's see here. Oh, we need to set it here, it looks like too. So 30, 30. All right, 30, 30 is set. We need to change the, let's see here. No, it's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Let's see if this one changes things. Okay, VOR. And can we pop this? That's much easier that way. All right, let's see here. All right, so this is the, that's the GPS. And we'll put this also on the GPS. We'll change this later on to, actually we don't need this one. We just need one of them. So, maybe we can remove that one. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay. All right. So this is cool. And you can change this, by the way, to ARC. You can change this to the map. Currently, this is the HSI, which is my preferred view for the King Air, as far as the displays are concerned. And we're going to set the runway heading to 300, which is the runway heading. I love the fact that you can pop all the screens out just for usability. With the King Air especially, it can get very, very tricky. So we're going to set this here to 30. All right. And let's see here. We don't need the course for now. So everything is good here. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the pitch trim and the rudder boost. There we go. And we're going to test the autopilot. Right. Looks like everything is working as it should. Excellent. And now we can, let's see here. Now we can, actually, let's set this to transponder to 1200. What is, Drashal, what is the, Raul Rodriguez? Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here with us this evening. Drashal, what is the VFR transponder code for the UK? I know in the US it's 1200. Sim, how are you doing, my friend? You can just push the button to change from HG to HPA. Well, thank you very much for that. Let's take a look here. Ah, there we go. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. It says pull barrow, yeah. And you can test it as well. There. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, everything is functional. I love this aircraft. All right, left bleed. We're going to leave the enviro to, we'll take it to normal. We can have the bleed air valves. Actually, we'll put this on enviro off. Actually, let's open them. Let's open the bleeds. All right, there we go. Now we have an air conditioning system. We're going to bring the, we're going to bring this to beta. All right. Let me see if I can do it in another way. There we go. All right, that's much better. All right, let's come up here, and we are going to turn on the no smoking and fasten seatbelt signs. And down here, we can turn on the taxi lights. Engine anti-ice have to be on for departure. Engine auto ignitions are armed, and everything else is looking good. All right, we are good to go, and we can now taxi to the runway. Now, if we look here at Navigraph charts, another reason why you should get Navigraph charts, because it really helps you. 7,000 is the, thank you very much for that. Thank you, Malu, as well, and welcome aboard. We have also Memorialism. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. All right, so everything here looks good, and if you go to, let me remove this here, and we're going to click there. Now, you can see that we are here, so we can actually make another reason why you should get Navigraph charts is all these beautiful charts that you get, and the moving maps. Just really brilliant tool. And once again, thank you for the guys over at Navigraph for sponsoring this stream today. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on our taxi lights, which are on, and let's go ahead and taxi to the runway. Parking brake is released. Obviously, the beta is on. So let me just bring this back here. There we go. All right. Much better. All right. How about that, folks? Guys, are you able to... I think this is... All right, I'm just checking something here. All right, let's go ahead and release the parking brake. I'm doing very well, Raul. How are you, my friend? All right, we're going to cross the runway here. Look at this beautiful cockpit. The sounds are just phenomenal. Really beautiful aircraft by AirfoilLabs. This aircraft definitely receives my highest commendation. All right, we're clear left and right. Let's cross the runway. And of course, today we're going to enjoy ORBX TrueEarth scenery for the entire duration. All right, there we go. Our speeds are set. By the way, you can set the performance from, again, here from the manual here. If you go to performance, you can enter this and it will give you the speeds and set the markers for you. But whatever we have in the aircraft is good enough. So these numbers are good enough for our flight. So we're good to go there. The cabin is beautiful, and there are a lot of mods for the textures there of the cabin that you can change it to black if you like. There are several nice liveries as well. I found this one with the registration code that starts with Golf, which is for the UK. Look at the clouds in beta 5 of X-Plane 12. It's looking very nice, and this version of X-Plane is by far the very best in terms of performance as well. Looks like, by the way, MSFS 24, a lot of the issues have been fixed lately. We'll take a look at that. but it looks like, according to the poll, that most of you prefer that I do more X-Plane content, more X-Plane 12 content, that is. All right, so we're going to bring the aircraft to a stop here as we enter the runway. And let's take a quick look at the outside. Just look at how beautiful this aircraft is. Just lovely. All right. 62.5 is good. The turbine is good. The torque is good. All our numbers are normal. ITT is the most important thing, that you don't want to burn the you don't want to burn your engines. So here we go. All right. So let me set the parking brake here real quick, and we are going to turn on our landing lights. We don't need the strobes. We do need the landing lights. We need the, we don't need the nav lights. We do need the strobes. All right, everything else here is good. Pitos, do we need the pitos? Let's turn on the pitos. All right, and this is the stall warning. It's all right. Okay, so now if I move the condition lever to high idle, you'll see then we can get to monitor the props. For the climb, for the initial climb, we're going to need 1650 prop or about 90 torque. So 90% of torque, 1650 prop. And as we climb, we need to monitor the ITT. So everything is limited by the ITT. If it reaches the red line here, then we definitely need to bring down the torque and or the power to ensure that we don't burn the engines. All right, all is looking good here. The oxygen is on. We're good to go. Parking brake is released. The engine sounds are exceptionally well. Just what a beauty of an aircraft. All right, we're ready to go. So we're going to hold the brakes, and we're going to take the power to 90% torque. There is something off here. Wow, we're still in beta. All right, let me fix that. Why did it go back to beta? All right, there we go. Now we're not in beta. Okay, now we are in business. There we go. All right, so 90%, auto feather on, and release the brakes.
Auto feather lights on. Airspeed alive. 60 knots. V1.
Rotate.
Rotate. V2. Positive rate.
Right, gear up.
Gear up. Attitudes check.
All right.
Indicates up.
And if we look here, that's us right there. We're gonna just make this a little bigger so we can see it. Perfect. We are above. We didn't need the flaps really today. The runway is quite long. We need to bring down the props. Right, there we go, about 19, and we need 1650 for the props. So let's bring those back a little bit. Right, 1650 is set. Excellent. Right, looking good. And we can now turn on the autopilot. Let's go to Alt Select is armed. We're going to go to GPS is already set. So let's go ahead and arm the autopilot and go to nav. All right. And now we continue the climb. Again, we need to keep an eye on the ITT and the torque. I'm going to reduce power here a little bit to bring it closer to 90. And the RPM is 1650. Brilliant. All right. All's looking good. You're in beta. Yeah, that was the... All right. Look at that, ladies and gents. Wow. That is a beautiful sight of the here in X-Plane 12 with ORBX TrueEarth. What do you guys think? Pretty neat, huh? All right, let's set the baro to standard 1001013. All right, there we go. And we'll do the same thing here, 10 or 290902. There we go. All right, perfect. We continue the climb now to 22,000 feet. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Drishal, agreed. It's got a nice cabin too, so let me just show you guys here. We've got the passengers there in the back, and we can come here and take a look at this beautiful wing view. Look at the look at this. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're moving. They're shaking from the air. Just really, really brilliant aircraft all around. I mean, every little aspect. The sounds, the textures, the system simulation, everything is done to perfection. All right, let's turn on the lights here. Right, that's better. Right, we're gonna add a little power here. All right, we want 1650 RPM. We're still looking good. There we go. Right, 9,000 feet. We can turn off the landing lights. And we'll leave the rest of the lights there. All is good. Engine anti-ice can go off. Excellent. And everything else is in tip-top shape. We continue the climb. Look at ORBX TrueEarth, guys. Wow. I mean, really, X-Plane, when coupled with photorealistic scenery, it looks just amazing. How about that? Prop sync above taxi switch. Actually, you don't need to use the prop sync. You can if you want, but it's very easy to sync the King Air especially is very easy to sync up using your prop levers without having to use prop sync. So they are pretty much synchronized right now, as you can see. So there's really no need for you to use prop sync. This tip actually came from Captain Guillaume Fontes, who is a King Air pilot during the stream that we've done with him, if you guys recall. Right, there we go. Okay, and let's watch the ITT. Let's watch the torque. Let's bring it down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. I flew the 300, not the 350. Oh, I see. Captain Shakir Al-Hashlan, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. Right, 14, about 8,000 feet to go. We're approaching the transition out of our SID. And so far, everything is looking great. The night lighting as well on this aircraft is very, very nice. So we'll take a look at that once we are at our destination. Here we can see here. Let me just put this out so you guys can see. This is DISM. You can see the aircraft is now following the autopilot is following the flight path that we've entered in the GNS device. Just look at how beautifully modeled this aircraft is. Just look at that. Very, very nice indeed. And they've done it without really causing too much, degradation in performance. So the fidelity, if we look at the frames right now, we're getting about 60 frames per second. So that is actually very, very good for an aircraft that is this detailed. Mayday, are you going to review the AirfoilLabs A321? Do a comparison versus the Phoenix A321. Yeah, I might actually do that. You need to get jet performance with much lower fuel burn. Yeah, very popular aircraft. Excellent, really, the King Air. Right, looking good here. Now, someone was asking me about the weather system. I don't know if it's actually modeled. If you go to standby and test, it will test it. I'm not sure which display, but we can put this on WEX. There we go. This looks pretty good. Pretty cool. All right, so about 2,700 feet to go. We're obviously above the clouds, but we can still enjoy the orbit scenery. I mean, this looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that, guys. It's going to be very difficult to beat the AirfoilLabs King Air. Now, we've seen maybe better visuals in Microsoft Flight Sim, but as far as the realism, I haven't quite seen anything like this King Air. It's very, very well developed by AirfoilLabs. And the thing is, they don't develop that many add-ons. So they have the 172 and the King Air only for X-Plane. and they are currently working on the 737 Max, which is very, very exciting, knowing how detailed they are. It just really calls for excitement. Another very big add-on, or very big news, so to speak, is the release of a new add-on today. The Citation, I forget, I think 520, I think it's the 520 or 530, I'm not sure, by TorqueSim. Now that is an aircraft that I'm really, really excited about. And we're going to have really a rendition. TorqueSim are known for creating excellent aircraft. So I'm quite excited about this release. Of course, we are going to review it here on the channel. And we are going to be able to compare it to the AirSim 3D. Remember that aircraft that they called it the best add-on in the world and the study level, which is not. So we are going to have something to compare it to. So I'm quite excited to see it. All right, we are at cruise altitude. We are going to bring the props back to 1500 RPM. So let's see here. Where is our RPM? Let's bring it back. All right, 1500 RPM. And we are now at our cruise altitude. If we take a quick look at Navigraph charts, and let's go ahead and click here. All right, let's close that, turn it back on. All right, so there we are, as you can see here, flying over the beautiful United Kingdom. And we are approximately 119 nautical miles from our destination. And if we look here, so when this descent to destination shows about 2,000 feet per minute, that's where we're going to begin the descent. Again, very nice feature in Navigraph charts, because it will really, if you don't know how to calculate the top of descent, then it will tell you when to send it at which speed. Hello there, Abby. Welcome aboard. Waiting for QA to do TorqueSim BN3 versus BN2. Well, I think I've done a comparison between the Nimbus and the TorqueSim BN Islander. But I don't think I'm going to specifically do that. So I don't think I will be doing a comparison between the two, but I will be flying the most recent version of the BN2 Islander by TorqueSim on the channel very soon. Actually, the Laminar Citation X is pretty fun to fly. Yes, it is. But the one by TorqueSim is set to be a study level simulation of the Citation. So we're going to have the chance to take a look at it and test it out. Another aircraft that I'm going to bring here on the channel and bring you the first look review is the Captain Iceman Series Piper, I believe 44 Seminole. I've had a few flights with it, and I'll reserve my thoughts and my critique of the aircraft for the dedicated stream that we're going to have tomorrow, Sunday. So we're going to have a stream tomorrow. I'm going to show you the aircraft, and is another nice plane in real life. Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's take a quick look at our equipment here. Everything here looks good. Everything here looks good. Oxygen is on. And everything here looks good. Excellent. By the way, we can put this on low. We'll leave it on auto. And we'll put that on auto as well. Everything else here looks good. Everything here looks good. And all right, let me bring back the torque there. All right, that's good. look at those clouds, guys. I mean, X-Plane is really, truly starting to look really, really good, I have to say. I was flying the PA-44 this morning. Very nice plane, but won't say too much. All right, Rashal. I hope that you were able to connect with Captain Iceman. Has come so far. Yes, it has, Carl. Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Love the Torque Sim BN2, a fun aircraft to fly. I would have to second that by Stan. Yes, it is an excellent aircraft to fly. In fact, I don't think that I've ever flown an aircraft by Torque Sim and that I didn't like. Look at that. I don't know how loud the sounds are, but this looks absolutely gorgeous. Earlier this week, I've had an issue with the Windows updates. So a quick caveat for you guys out there. All of a sudden, I've noticed stuttering and degradation in performance on both X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim. And so I suspected that maybe that my graphics card has died and that it's faulty. Thanks to Dougal McTavish, who told me, no. Do a stress test and check your card out, which turns out to be that the card is okay, but the Windows updates just really brought the machine down until I saw that I was able to upgrade to the latest version of Windows, which is 24H1. I was very glad to see that because that version of Windows has a lot of optimizations for games, generally speaking. And so if you do get that in your Windows update list, I highly recommend that you go to 24H1. And after I've done that, I've noticed that still the stuttering went away from X-Plane, but it was I was getting tearing. There was tearing in both sims, and I just didn't know why. And all the guys, all the moderators here on the channel, Stan, Vershal, V-Skycheck. Welcome, V-Skycheck. Glad to have you here. Good evening to you, my friend. And V-Skycheck and Dougal were all helping me out. And then I figured out something. Why am I getting tearing? And why is the FPS capped at 60? And when I looked over in the NVIDIA control panel, it seemed like with... I did, by the way, a DDU. For the new NVIDIA driver, and I always use the deep bloating method for updating my NVIDIA drivers. So it appears that it has reset everything, including the refresh rate. It made it 60. On the same 2K resolution monitor, but my monitor is actually on 360 hertz. So when you have that mismatch, it will cause screen tearing, and it was just really driving me berserk for 2 days until I figured out, I need to match the refresh rate in the NVIDIA control panel to match the monitor. So yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, MSFS has physics. Yes, it does. I've heard X-Plane has better physics than MSFS. Is that true? Well, in my opinion, and opinion of many pilots, real-world pilots, yes, it does. But MSFS is catching up. Yeah. MSFS is all about the visuals. Yes, it is. Still a very good sim, very enjoyable sim. It's got some high-fidelity aircraft, such as the Phoenix. Recently, AnyBuilds have released something called a Premier upgrade to their A300, charging £44 for the upgrade into the 2024 version of the aircraft. Now, I love the stuff that AnyBuilds does. I love their work. I have a lot of respect for the developers. But when I saw the earlier stream by V1, the aircraft is essentially the same. So they are actually calling it a premier upgrade. They have listed some of the features, but you know, it's like new sounds and you know, improved visuals to be compatible with MS 2024. Charging £44 is a lot, in my view. And I think a lot of developers are going that route, the route of charging an arm and a leg to upgrade to the 2024 version, which personally I feel is not right. If you want to charge, I mean, that's okay to charge a fee for the upgrade, but it cannot be that much when it's really the same aircraft and you've done a few improvements and call it a premier upgrade. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry, until aircraft have physics calculation for engine model and flight model, no aircraft is worth $40. There's a $10 upgrade, I believe, not 44. Well, in my control panel, it said 44 pounds. If it's 10, then yeah, that's okay. But 44 is a lot. It's 9 pounds, not 44. Oh, okay. All right. They all use performance tables. Yes, they do. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, my friend. The A300. Correct. All right, let's take a quick look here at, we are at 234 knots, and we are heading into the transition of, this is Rex episode, this is the transition to our, to the star, and remember that we've used vectors to final. It's 99 upgrade to the people that own the A300. Well, okay, that's great, because I do own it, but it showed 44, so I'll check that out. It's probably my mistake. Thank you very much, guys, for clearing that up. Appreciate it. All right, quick look here at the weather. Let me go to Doncaster. Let's go to the weather. So the weather is, that is not showing Doncaster. It's showing probably a close by station, but it's close enough, so that's okay. All right, 230 at 9, few clouds 20,000, scattered clouds 4,800, and the ceiling is 12,000 feet, AGL. Okay. All right, perfect. 1021. All right. So all is looking good here. We are at 1,500 RPM. The torque is 88. ITT is good. All right, fuel flow is good. Everything is in tip-top shape. Perfect. Fly Lilo. Hi, Roberto. How are you doing, my friend? Hello, Q8. Good afternoon. Thanks for your... Well, thank you, sir, for being here and for your support. Appreciate it, Hoops. Thank you. Thanks, Mayday, for the code there. I'll definitely check it out. Are the gauges supported to be that... supposed to be that color? I don't know. Any plans on flying the AirfoilLabs? Yeah, if you guys want me to, for sure. Captain, do you plan on reviewing the Torque Sim 525 that released today? Yes, sir, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I think Carl can also help us with the citation. All right. We are going to begin our descent shortly. If you look here, we can descend at 1,017. We are at 84 nautical miles, 22. Let's take a quick look at our charts. Approach runway 20. So let's take a look here. Let me remove the weather here. All right, so 2,500. 20. to 20, so 60 miles, with the contingency about 70. So we need to descend about 70 nautical miles from the current, so let's see, we are 83, so we are still okay. We can begin the descent anytime now. Looks like there are some clouds here. Let's take a look at the outside real quick. Default X-plane 12 clouds. All right, we can begin the descent maybe as soon as we hit Wrexham, which is the beginning of the transition into our star. Goal, if you'd like to join the Discord, it is available on the channel main page. Just click on the About section, you'll get the link to the Discord. I actually recommend that you join the Discord. All the moderators that you see here on the in chat are actually also providing support when they can on the Discord, and I do the same. If you have any questions or have problems with your aircraft, it's probably a good place for you to go there and find out if someone else has had that problem in the past. And it's just generally speaking a better place to get support from both myself and the team here. That's amazing. The light effect from the windows to the instruments. Yes, it's just really a very well developed aircraft. And this is actually one, if you like general aviation aircraft, this is definitely an aircraft I recommend you get. Yeah, it's just really superb in every aspect. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and begin the descent. So I'm going to set the altitude to 2,500, which is the platform altitude. Right, 2,500. And the only thing you need to do to descend is to come here and click on the descent button, and then it will begin descending. And of course we need to ease off on the power, so let's go ahead and ease off there to make sure that we don't overspeed. Right, we want about 1,500, so the aircraft should stabilize at about 1,500 feet per minute. For the descent. If we see that we need to go descent faster, we'll have to use vertical speed. All right, at this point we're going to bring up the here. We're going to wait until we cross, so in about 21 nautical miles we'll activate the approach. So now we can leave this alone. We are going through, we're going to go through a layer of cloud. The auto feather, by the way, needs to go to the off position. We forgot to do that. We should have done that at cruise. The AFL is super indeed, except for the update price for X-Plane 11 customers. I can't recall what was the price. I know that... yeah, I really can't recall how much I paid for it. But immediately after it was available, I immediately jumped and bought it. But yeah, the Citation, I'm really excited for, the one by Torsen, for sure. Again, quick reminder for you guys, if you do not have a Navigraph subscription, you can click on the promo link in the description of the stream and avail 1 month of free subscription to Navigraph charts. That way you can test it out and see if it's for you, and I'm sure that once you do purchase Navigraph charts that you'll be hooked for as long as you're flight simming. It was basically full price again on top of the X-Plane 11 version, was it? I can't recall really, but yeah, I mean, that's not a very good practice, generally speaking. It depends on, you know, how long it took, you know, how long it's been since the two releases, but... I'm just really happy flying this aircraft, though. I really, really like this aircraft a lot. So I don't really mind. Let me bring up some lights here. There we go. We're definitely going through some heavy clouds. There, look at that. Now, isn't that just a great looking scene in X-Plane? Wow. Right, we're getting some turbulence here. All right, let's take a quick look at the flight plan here. We are still... All right, so in 7 nautical miles, we will activate the approach. More than 1,200 pounds, yeah. I need from my X-Plane Navigraph is not number 1, and I need from my X-Plane Navigraph is number 1, and secondly, X-Organizer. X-Organizer is an essential tool in my view. It's an excellent tool. It really takes the headache of, you know, organizing your scenery packed out INI file. Brilliant tool. Very, very good. Is that nice or what? Wow. That looked really good. All right. 1 nautical mile. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and now bring up our... we're going to go to procedure, and we're going to say activate the approach. Right? Enter that, and this is going to take us to the center fix for runway 20. Okay, we are about 60 nautical miles. We are at 14,000 to 2, so 12, 24, 48. So we're still good. We should be able to reach 2,500 feet. There we go. All right, now it's time for us to also set up the, so we need the 110.905. 110.905, we're gonna make that the active. And let's do it on the other device as well. Let's see here, 110.905, and we'll make that the active. All right, brilliant. And if we come down here, right, let's bring this up. All right, I'm going to bring up the, there we go, VR1, VR2. I think we can set it a little later. Yeah, we'll set it a little later. That's okay. I think we need to be in VLOC mode to change that, so that's okay. All right. So we have the frequency set, and it already says localizer. Let's verify. 110.905, 198 is the final approach course. Okay, perfect. Right, approaching 10,000 feet. And we're going to bring up the landing lights. Landing lights are on. Igor, welcome aboard. Have a good landing. Is that realistic to have rainbow reflections on the instrument glasses? I don't know. It's not rainbow. It's the reflection. I've seen it in real life. I've seen it many times in real life. Right, there we go. 45. We're at 900,000. Looking good. And enjoy this beautiful ORBX scenery, guys. Wow. All right, we're going to ease off on the power here and bring the speed down a little bit. We're still at 1,500 feet per minute. And we're heading direct to the center fix for runway 20. Right, altimeter is 6,000, I believe, is the transition altitude. If we look here, click here. Let's see here. Transition says by ATC, but I believe it's 6,000 in the UK. So we are okay. So what we'll do is we're going to go to the weather here. And 1020. Right, 1020 is set. We're going to ease off there on the power. Bring the power down a little bit. And all right, let's come to the first officer's side. There we go. Okay. I'm going to reduce our speed now. And we'll take it to... Let me just idle the power here so that we can bring the speed down. Looks like there's some rain as we approach Doncaster, Sheffield. 6K. Thanks, Drishal. Captain Nav2 110.905. 110. Ah, thank you for that. 110.905. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's verify this one. 110.905. All right, perfect. Right, we can bring the throttle forward a little bit here, maintain our speed. We're looking good. We'll be able to enjoy some of the nice ORBX scenery there as we arrive. Thank you, Thomas. Did you really set 110.905 on Nav2? Yeah. So this is Nav2 110.905. So we're good. We have alt select, don't we? Yes. Alt select is armed. Perfect. Look at this turbulence now. Wow. I mean, this feels very, very realistic, guys. Look at that. Right, we are approximately 27 nautical miles, and we are at 3,800. We're going to maintain 2,500, so about 1,000 feet to go. and that should allow us to enjoy the beautiful scenery, but maybe more turbulent weather. But it just really feels so good. Tell you guys, I'm really enjoying flying this aircraft. It is definitely beautiful, Roberto, yes. You have active sky XP in passive mode. Highly recommend it. Even better effects. I don't have active sky for this flight, no. So I decided that I don't want to use anything other, because it's beta 5, so I don't know if active sky will work on this beta. Especially during a stream, you don't really want to introduce too many things and end up, you know, with problems. But I tell you, this is looking very nice with the ORBX TrueEarth. There, look at that, guys. Yeah. X-Plane is looking absolutely fantastic. 2500, and if we look here, yeah, this is the center fix. So once we are at the center fix, we can actually, by the way, switch to heading mode now. So we can come over here, and first thing is we click to sync. So now you see the heading is now synced, and now we can go to heading mode. So let me go to heading mode. And then from the heading mode, so we're going to continue on this heading. We'll make slight adjustments. And I believe that now we can change the course. Let's see here. It's not still not allowing me to change the course. Why is that? I'm not sure. All right, well, that's all right. Okay, we are ready. This is here, so we'll just keep on the current heading, and we will activate the approach once we are closer to the airport. Change your source there to select pre. Yes, you are right. Where is it? Is that the one? No. There we go. All right. 198 is set. There we go. Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah, sometimes you get rusty with these aircraft, so you know, thank you for that. I learned a lot from you guys, by the way, and you are always there for the rescue. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's start bringing the speed down as we approach the center fix for runway 20. Looking good. Look at that, guys. Right, it's about in 7 nautical miles. We'll be at the center fix, and then we will activate the approach. The course there is already selected to 198, so we're good there. Roberto, to use the weather, type in exclamation weather and then space and then the ICO code, the 4-letter ICO code for the airport. So, for example, exclamation weather, space, then Echo Golf Lima Lima. That will give you the weather at London Heathrow. I probably should put the format there for you guys to be able to use it properly. Right, we can see localizer 2 there. We can see the LPPG. Invalid location specified. Hello, Salazar. Welcome aboard. Looks like the weather thing is broken, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like it's not working. I'll check it out, guys, after the stream. All right, we're coming up to the center fix, and what we can do now is come down here and hit the approach button. Approach is armed. And here we are, lining up with the runway. Let's bring the speed to about 40. We'll keep it there. Looking good. We're aligning with the runway now. Right, and let's go ahead and go to
Flaps up.
approach flaps. Right, about we are at the final fix. I still can't see the runway. All right, I can see the runway now. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and lower the landing gear. And we're going to go flaps full. Flaps are down. We're looking good. A little bit of a crosswind. This is a beautiful approach into Doncaster in the United Kingdom. Oh, the TBM will be out in one. That's great. Thanks for letting us know. Beautiful view here as we come into land. Wow. Just lovely. Just lovely, guys. The Q4XP is definitely worth it. You will not regret your purchase, but just be aware that it requires, you know, it's a bit... If you're okay with the Zibo 737 in terms of FPS, you should be fine with the Q4XP. All right, we're there. Let's set our speed here so we don't lose too much speed. This is a spectacular approach into Doncaster, Sheffield. All right, I'm going to go ahead and disengage the autopilot now. Right, my aircraft. This is the fun part.
100 feet to minimums. Minimums.
Just really trim the aircraft on the approach and make slight changes.
Feet. 50 feet.
That wind, though. Wow. That crosswind was very, very violent on the approach. All right. We are
40 knots
on the ground and in one piece. Let me turn the other way. All right. Thank you, Thomas. Too much crosswind, yes. We'll take a look at the landing in just a replay in just a second. All right, we'll go to beta. No, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. There we go. All right. Just really a lovely flight from Cardiff to... You know what? Let's do the replay, guys, because it's going to be a long taxi. So let's do the replay first, and then we will taxi to the gate. It was really cool. I thoroughly enjoyed flying the
airspeed alive.
Flying this King Air today. Yeah, there was some violent weather there. Well, let's bring it back right about here. All right, there we go. Wow, this looks really good, guys, I have to say. Crazy wind. Woo! Pretty cool, huh? All right, where's the... Let's do it again. That crosswind was very violent, wasn't it? So, was that realistic thing that we saw there? There, the wing flicks is nice. Carl, was that really a realistic thing? It was so only been able to lurk today, but great flight, Sam. Thank you. Well, thank you, Dougal, for being here. I owe you big time. And you know why.
40 knots.
All right, let's bring it there again. I've seen it like that. Yeah, all right. I really like it, guys. Let's do it again. All right, this time we'll just do it this way. Just really beautiful approach. I could have done better, I think, but yeah.
60 knots. V2.
All right.
100 feet.
All right. The I think the replay has made the guy go berserk there, so that's all right. Actually, we can go and land somewhere there on this side. Let's go there. So are you guys all excited now about the King Air? Yeah, if you don't have this aircraft and you're in the market considering something very special and you like general aviation aircraft, this aircraft is without a doubt on the top of my list to recommend to you guys. Very, very well put together aircraft. The even the checklist, and again, there is a very good learning aid for you to the pilot operating handbook. You can learn the procedures there, and if you want, you can always come to the settings here, and you can say automatic, so it will perform all the actions in the checklist, and you can say speech, so you'll hear, and checklist hints, it will take the camera focus to that specific item that is being checked. So you really can't go wrong with this aircraft, whether you're an avid flight simmer or somebody who's just beginning with flight simming. You will find it extremely enjoyable. All right, here we go. We're gonna bring the aircraft to a stop somewhere here. There we go. All right. Let's set the parking brake. Parking brake is set. All right, and the right, there we go. Engines are off. And generators are off. Beacon lights off. And what else? Let's turn off the EVA switches. Rudder boost, pitch trim. We should have turned on the avionics while the batteries were still on. So now everything here is good. We can turn off the battery. Inverters are off. And all the switches are now off. All right, we can now head to the back. By the way, you can close these doors. Check this out. Isn't that cool? And we can now walk outside like so. And open the door. Very nice sounds. And we're off. There we go. We forgot our flaps. But yeah. And you can now bring back all the static elements. So we can come here and we can put back the tie downs, the chocks, and you can also have the stairs for the maintenance as well. And we'll just bring up the GPU so you guys can see all the ground elements. Here, let me show you that. There you go. And there you have it. All right. Well, folks, this pretty much brings us to the conclusion of our live stream this evening. I hope that you've enjoyed this flight as much as I did. I definitely enjoyed the company of all of you fine folks, and flying this King Air 350 from Cardiff to Doncaster, Sheffield in the UK with this beautiful ORBX scenery. Join me again tomorrow evening at the same time for a first look review at the Captain Iceman Piper 44 for X-Plane 12. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other. Now we'll see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.